Okay, as we begin to cover our horizontal stabilizer with the tissue paper, the supplies you're going to need, you'll need obviously your colors of tissue paper. I've chosen a blue and an orange, a light and a dark color. I have a wood glue, a glue lid, paintbrush, and a piece of sandpaper. We're going to start out with putting the tissue paper on the project first, so we'll take a look at which color should we put down first. If I put my orange down first, and my blue over it, I have my light color being glued down first, the dark color over it. That gives us a nice clean edge right down the middle. As opposed to putting the blue down first, laying the orange over the top, as you can see a visible line there. So what the rule is, always start with your lightest color first. So by placing the orange on first, the first thing I'm going to do is take it and slide it over to the side, the tissue paper. Put just a little bit of glue in your glue lid. Again, about the size of a dime. Close the glue lid, or the glue bottle, I'm sorry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to paint a very light coat of glue over half of our horizontal stabilizer. When you apply the glue, we've been doing the 4-step gluing process with the joints as we've been putting the plane together. However, we do not need to use that much glue as we're putting tissue paper on. So the rule is on the tissue paper glue is to put just enough on the project so that the piece of wood looks like it's wet, but we really don't want to see the actual white part of the glue on there, because the more glue you use on the piece of wood, the harder it is to work with the tissue paper, because the tissue paper, the moisture from the glue makes the tissue paper want to tear real easy. So as you can see, as I've been talking, I've been slowly putting the glue over the pieces of wood. And obviously you're going to do this on top of your foam board. The plastic wrap will keep the glue from sticking. I'm using the black background to allow you to see this a little more clear. So I'm going to take my brush one more time and just go over my edges to evenly smooth out that glue. Set the brush down. Now here's where make sure your fingertips are clean. There's no glue on your fingers. Take that tissue paper, line up the straight edge of the tissue paper with the edge of your brown stick or your yellow stick in the center of your horizontal stabilizer, and just gently lay it on top like so. Right now at this point, it's resting on top of the glue. However, we need to stretch it out really tight. We want the tissue paper to be really tight, and that will help with the final flight of your airplane. So with your clean fingers, we're going to gently press this down over the brown stick. Now to get the middle part stretched out, take your fingertips and gently push outward toward the outside edges of your stabilizer. By gently pressing outward, you can see it's getting really tight in the middle here. Just with one hand now, I'm going to stretch this outward this way, and now I have my tissue paper stretched across my horizontal stabilizer. Take note that the same process will happen with your vertical stabilizer. I'm showing you how to put 2 panels on. You only need to put 1 panel of tissue paper on the vertical stabilizer. Now I'm ready to put on my dark color. So I'm going to go back and apply glue to the other side of the stabilizer. Again, a smooth, even bead of glue on the uncovered sticks. So that would be the other half of the blue sticks and the yellow stick. Now I will need to go back and reapply glue over the center stick in order for the blue tissue paper to stick in the center. So I'm going to go and reapply my glue, a real light coat of glue down the middle here. Thin, even coat, just like so. Take your brush one more time and go around your edges to make sure the entire stick has been covered. Now we take the dark color and repeat the process. So I'm just going to set the straight edge even with the center stick so it overlaps, and lay it on top. With my fingertips again, I go back and make sure there's no glue on them. Gently press outward with your fingertips, stretching that tissue paper out in all directions. So now I have a nice tight seam over both of these sections. The center piece here, we're going to go ahead and remember that later on when we put the plane together, we're going to glue our motor stick right over the center piece. So we need to trim off the excess tissue paper around the outside edges.